and welcome to the LGFA TV's preview of the TG4 Ladies All-Ireland Football Finals, which will take place here in Croke Park on September the 28th. I'm delighted that we have two legends of the game here with me to help me go through the three matches. Christina Collins is a Dublin legend. She represented her county for 15 years, twice in Croke Park. She is active with her club, Thomas Davis, twice playing in All-Ireland finals in the last 2 years. So Christina is somebody who knows her way around this place and knows the Dublin team extremely well. Also with us is Gemma Begley from Tyrone. Gemma is a two-time All-Star. This year she captained the Tyrone ladies football team and also captained the Ulster team, which claimed the MMI interprovincial title in May of this year. So ladies, you're both very welcome and thanks for coming with us to have a look at the three All-Ireland finals. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to look at the junior final first between Wexford and New York. So Christina, Wexford were here last year in the junior final when they played against Offaly. It's a game they lost, so how do you think that will stand to them this year?
Well, it was a bit of a heartbreaking loss last year. A Murray Daly score that went into the goal. The Mary Rose Kelly probably let it drop. But maybe that might stand to them this year. A bit of experience in Croke Park last year, and they were beaten by a good Offaly team as well. There's still a stronghold there of Chamalier players, where they're very strong there in the middle of the field with Roisin Murphy and Clara Donnelly, who will be key players too for Wexford as well. And then you've Kelly Carney there, who was the captain of the team last year with a bit of experience. She's a real team leader there, so hopefully she'll drive them on as well. And then Ellen O'Brien, who is a key forward, a young forward coming through. So they have a mixture of youth and experience there. And be interesting to see now Clara Donnelly, the matchup between her and Linda McKeown, who's with New York there as well. But I think it'll be an exciting game, and Wexford, maybe a bit of experience might bring them through on the day.
You mentioned last year that Wexford suffered a real heartbreaker against Offaly. How do you think that's going to set them up for this match? Will they be looking back at that and will it make them nervous, or is it something that would drive them on for this match?
I think it'll drive them on. When you play sport like that, you put things like that in the back of your head, and maybe it drives you on even more to want to win and to fix it and put it right as well. So I think it'll stand to them anyway, and that bit of experience from all.
And Chamaliers have been a great club for Wexford. They won the Leinster club title only a couple of years ago, and there's a good backbone of Chamaliers players there. Is that something that's really going to help them, that club?
That will help. Chamaliers have been around for a long time, playing in All-Ireland club finals and that. So they've 4 on the starting 15 there, and 2 of them are in the middle of the field, which is Wexford's strong point there as well. And you've Ciara Neville from Chamaliers playing the corner back there as well. So that will help with experience, and they've played with strong Wexford players throughout the years. So it'll help.
New York then, Gemma, they're no strangers to Croke Park either. They were here in 2011, went to a replay. How do you think they're going to be fixed for this game?
Yeah, I think they'll be coming into the game sort of fairly confident. They had a comprehensive win against Derry in the last round, and there's, I suppose, a wee bit of experience still there from 2011. I think there's something only like 5 players maybe on the panel, but I suppose certainly from the sort of logistical point of view and that, they'll know all about coming over. It's probably all the more reason to give it everything you've got on the day, because it's so hard to get here and there's so much more involved, I suppose, than any of the home-based counties. But certainly, obviously they've got great strength in their forward line. I suppose Emma Clark and Mary O'Rourke will be well known throughout Ireland. They've been top scorers and they've contributed heavily in the last game. They'd be looking to, I suppose, Linda McKeown as well. We've already mentioned the matchup will be an interesting one. She got 2 goals in the last game against Derry as well. So I think they'll be coming in fairly confident, and as I say, they'll have every reason to give everything they have when they've come so far.
You mentioned there's 4 or 5 players who are still there from 2011 when they lost that after a replay. I asked Christina a similar question about Wexford. How do you think that the scars maybe or of that defeat, will they still be there? Will it still be in the back of the players' minds?
I think it will. Obviously, they can relay their experience to all the new girls in the panels and it is a gutting feeling to lose an All-Ireland final, and it's something maybe it's worth sort of bottling and holding on to. And if they can sort of get the message across to the other players about just how heart-wrenching it is, it can be a real driving factor for them. But no, it's fantastic to see. There's something like I think we've 10 home-based American players, 10 Americans on the team itself. So I think it's fantastic to see sort of so many coming through, and it'll be a great match.
New York have definitely invested in youth. This year they actually had a very good Fela team who won their division. Is that something you see as important for New York and for development of the game there?
Yeah, it is, certainly is. I suppose when they see the sort of potential where they could be playing and what they could be achieving, you know, it gives them something to look up to and aspire to towards themselves. And as you say, with the Fela team, it's fantastic that it definitely does seem to be growing out there. It would be great for the growth of the game if they could keep it going in the right direction, and this is certainly a boost when you see the amount of exposure and coverage they'll be getting.
Christina, it's obviously a very hard call between these two teams. You know, they both earned their place here. There's no doubt about that. What do you see being decisive on the day? Is there any particular aspects of playing in Croke Park that you think would make a difference?
I think it's about the nerves. Hopefully nerves won't get to either team. They go out and play their own game. Goals, obviously, as we always say in ladies football, is what will win games. And just take their scores, be composed in front of the goals, backs to do their jobs. Once they go out and just play their own game really, and that should take them over the line.
Gemma, you've been here recently enough. Do you think it's going to be the team that just forgets about where they are that's going to make the breakthrough here?
Yeah, I think it is. It'll probably be the team that can keep doing the simple things for the longest. It's all about the occasion, I suppose, and whoever deals with it best. So I don't know what I'd like to be calling it now, but certainly it'll be a tight game.
Perfect.